Hi, Kurt Bowman here, and welcome back to Yoga for Old Guys. This session today is going to be more of a traditional vinyasa flow. I'm going to try and keep it around 30 minutes. And the vinyasa flow, as you'll see, is a lot of chaturanga and so on, but it's a good short workout. So let's get started in a comfortable seated position. Wrists, hands resting on your thighs or knees. Sit up straight. Spine grows long, head grows tall on the neck. Close your eyes and just bring everything into a focus for right now. Forget about anything that you think is important right now in the past, and don't worry about the future. Just let's focus on the next minutes together. Take a breath in through your nostrils. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open your eyes. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, drop your right fingers to the floor and lean into the right side. Keep the chest open, don't fold in. Breathe into that left side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, drop your left fingers down and breathe into that right side. Let's keep the chest open by trying to point that elbow to the ceiling. Inhale, arms overhead. One more time, drop the right fingers. Inhale, back up overhead, and last time, let's drop the left fingers. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale. Bring your legs straight out in front of you. Right knee up and in, and bring that right foot over the left thigh. Inhale. Twist to your right. Pin that right knee, and remember to twist with your chest, with your torso, not with your eyes. Inhale, come back to center. Legs out in front. Bring that left knee in and up. Inhale, twist to your left. Remember to twist with your torso. Inhale, come back to center. Feet out, legs straight out in front of you. Inhale. Exhale. Lean forward toward your toes. This first time, come forward as far as when you start to feel that pull, just hold in there. Inhale, come up to seated. Inhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to seated. Let's come back into that cross-leg seated position. Inhale, forward fold over your calves and knees. If you're able to bring your forearms or face to the floor, great. Just
Allow the knees to drop open. Just to open up the hips a little bit.
Inhale, come back up. Change the cross of your legs. Inhale, exhale,
Forward fold. Feel that in your hips. Adjust your feet so you can feel that opening in the hip.
Inhale, come back up to seated. Let's come into a tabletop. Remember, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, drop your pelvis and your abdomen, come into cow. Exhale, roll into cat. Inhale, drop back into cow. Exhale, roll up into cat. Last time, inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Come into neutral. Roll your toes under and stretch back into downward facing dog. Pedal out those heels. Stretch the calves a little bit. Walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold. Slight bend in your knees. Let everything, neck and head, shoulders, arms, just everything hang down. Roll one vertebrae at a time up to mountain. Intentionally roll the shoulders back and down, palms open and facing forward. Give those shoulders a little stretch, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep them away from your ears. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, gentle forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. And one hand at a time, roll your hands away from your feet, come into high plank. And walk your feet back up to the front of your mat, next to your hands, forward fold. Straight leg now. Reach down as far as you're able. And roll up. Back into mountain. Bring those shoulders back and down. Feet together. Toes touching, heels slightly apart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifted. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, upward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot forward. Drop the back foot for warrior one. Hands to the mat, right leg back, high plank. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Left foot forward. Drop the back foot, come back into warrior one. Hands to the mat, high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog.
Exhale, downward facing dog. Don't hop two, but walk one leg at a time, foot at a time, up to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Roll up to mountain. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifted. Exhale, high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Bring your foot forward. Drop your back knee. Come up. Inhale, raise your left arm and twist to your right. Come into a prayer twist to the right. Left knee is down. Remember to open up the chest and heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come into high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Left foot forward. Drop your right knee, come up to kneeling. Inhale, right arm overhead. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Open up the chest. Drop your back elbow. Breathe into the twist. Inhale, arms overhead. Hands down to the mat. High plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, start walking your feet up to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, roll yourself up. Come into mountain. Take a breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifted. Exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Bring it forward. Keep your back, left heel up. Come into crescent lunge. Remember to keep your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, twist to your right into a crescent prayer twist. Inhale, back up to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come into high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Square up the hips. Bring a left foot forward. Right heel is up and back. Right leg is straight. Come into crescent. Inhale, prayer twist to the left, crescent twist. Remember, if you're able, keep that back leg straight. If not, go ahead and drop that knee. Important thing is to get the twist in. If you can build strength in the legs at the same time, that's great. Inhale. Ooh. Inhale. Come back up to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat. High plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. This time look between your hands. Hop or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway twisted or halfway lifted. Exhale, forward fold. Let it hang a little bit. Take a breath. And inhale up to mountain pose. Palms facing forward, shoulders back and down. Take a breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifted. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg, three-legged dog. Right foot forward. Drop the back foot, not for warrior one, but for warrior two. Back foot is about anywhere from 45 to 90. Important thing is your right front knee. You can see your the big toe and your second toe. You are up over your hips, tall over your waist. I like to turn my back hand up to stretch out my shoulder. Inhale, drop your left hand. Exhale, come into a back stretch. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Exhale, drop your right elbow, right knee, and come into side angle. Remember, from your left heel to your left finger, there should be a straight line. Keep your back to that proverbial wall. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, lean forward over your right straightened leg and come into triangle. Left arm is up towards the ceiling. Back is flat. Head is flat, chest is open. Only come as low as you're able. Don't curl up forward. Don't let your chest go toward the floor. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg comes back, high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath. Look between your hands, hop or step to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifted. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, roll up to mountain. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifted. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Bring the left foot forward. Drop the back foot for warrior two. What's your posture like? Inhale, drop your right hand. Left comes back up over your head. Open up that chest. Right leg is straight. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, drop the left elbow, left knee, and come up to side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, triangle. Head and neck are back against that wall. Chest is open. Right arm is up, pointed towards the ceiling. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, come to standing, legs apart about 3-4 feet. Hands on the hips. Inhale, go into cactus arms, slight baby back bend. Inhale, hands on the hips, and lean forward, head towards the floor. Allow your hands to drop to the floor. Walk the fingers towards your left toes. Walk your hands back to center and let your fingers walk over to the right toes. Breathe into it. Come back to center. Let the head hang. Inhale. Come up to standing. Bring your feet together at center. Hands at your side, mountain pose. Okay, let's ground into the right foot. All four corners, just for now kickstand your toes and prepare for tree. That's the heel up against the, in this case, the right ankle. You're just kickstanding your toes for now. Remember, if this is where you're at today in way of balance, that's fine. If you're able, bring that left foot up alongside the right shin. Left knee is perpendicular to the body. Torso is pointed forward. Hands in a position that give you better stability. Pick out something out in front of you that isn't moving. That wouldn't be me. Whoop, fell out of it. Come back into it. It's going to happen, especially on my right side. And bring both feet down. Shake it out. Plant the left foot. Kick, stand your right heel, right toes. Right knee is perpendicular. And bring it up. If you're able to bring that foot up to the inside of your thigh, that is actually the fullest expression of this pose. I can do that, but for usually about a second or two. The important thing is the balance here. That's what we're working for, is the balance, not necessarily the aesthetics. We're building strength and balance. You're going to have one side that's better than the other. For me, it's my left is the good side, or the better side. And let's come back into standing. One more time on the right.
ground in the right foot, all four corners. Engage that right hip and just bring your left toes out in front of you this time. Straight out. Stay as tall as you're able. Left knee up, out straight out in front of you. And both feet down. Ground into your right or left foot. Just get all four corners in and bring your right toes out in front of you about 6 inches. Right knee up in front. Don't fall into the hip one way or the other. And both feet down. Let's come down to all fours. Bring your forearms down in front of you, shoulder width apart, and that's not as wide as you think. Kind of a narrow shoulder, fists out in front of you, and let us come into a traditional plank. This is one of the best core exercises, but if it's done properly is your neck and head are straight, your eyes are looking down, you are engaging your glutes and your abs, legs. Don't let your glutes sag, or don't bring your butt up in the air to try and compensate. Now, we're going to expand on this just a little today. Take and start walking your toes in up towards your head. Let your head drop. Kind of a downward dog on your forearms, building strength in your forearms and shoulders. Walk your toes back. Traditional plank. Come up to high plank. Still, everything's engaged. Don't slouch. Come into downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. Right leg, three-legged dog. Bring your right knee up by your right wrist. Point your left toes back. Stretch your left leg further away. Get it as straight as you can. Get those toes as far away from the body as you're able. And just allow your pelvis to sink to the floor. And if it's within your practice today, start leaning forward, whether that's coming down to your forearms or your forehead. Just whole idea is open up that right hip. Remember, if you want your lower back to feel better, get your hips open. Stretch out your hips every day. If you're not already, come back up to your fingertips. Curl the left toes under. Come back into downward facing dog. Left leg, three-legged dog. Left knee up by the left wrist. Point those right toes back and away from your body. Sink straight down. Feel that in your left hip. Don't roll out or in. straight down. You guys tell me why I can't get that low. Just get as low as you're able, and over time it will come.
This was within my first 6 months goal, was to be able to come into this position here, because before I started yoga, I would try and do this pigeon, and what it looked like, I was just trying to kneel, and I was not kneeling well. It was that tight. Loose, boy, I can just feel that pull. I love this stretch.
Come back up to your fingertips if you're not already there. And come into left leg three-legged dog, and now downward dog. Pedal out the wrists, or the ankles I should say, and come into nearly everyone's, well, come into a seated on your mat with your legs forward, straight out in front of you. Let's bring our arms up overhead. Now let's try and lean into the toes. Can you get a little further? And when we started this, come to your back, bring your knees up, put the soles of your feet together, and allow your knees to drop each to the outside. It's a butterfly. Stretch out the groin a little bit more. Knees back up, and bring your feet out to the edges of your mat, heels out. Let your feet fall to the outside. Arms down along your side, palms facing up. Release your breath and come into final Shavasana. Start to bring your toes and fingers alive. Knees up. Roll onto your right side. The fetal position. Let your head rest a minute. And come back up into that comfortable seated position. Sit tall. Give that spine one more chance to grow for this practice. I hope you found value in today's session. I appreciate you joining. And to you, I raise my hands to chest, drop my chin in gratitude, and to you I say namaste. Thank you. As always, you can help me out by liking this video if you did, and sharing it if you think it's worth it. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do, because then I can know who's out there and who I can help in this yoga journey. Again, thanks for being a part of today's session, and I hope you have a great day.